Donald Trump's own former lawyer, Ty Cobb, says Trump is likely to spend a weekend or an evening in jail soon for violating gag orders. This is now getting very serious, and it is not only Trump's former lawyer who is saying this. Let's take a look at this. As you know, Donald Trump continues to attack judges, prosecutors, witnesses, all sorts of different people involved directly and indirectly with his various criminal and civil trials. Here is Ty Cobb speaking last night to Aaron Burnett, and he says that he believes Trump is going to be sent to jail at some point for these violations. Take a listen to this.
Well, the New York judge fined him $10,000. That's in a civil case. You know, that's not as consequential as Judge Chutkan's case. I think Judge Chutkan, prudently allowed Trump to try to persuade her to extend the gag order. She concluded, on the basis of his conduct this week, not to do so. And I think she'll come in with a much heavier penalty, and ultimately, I think he'll, spend a night or a weekend in jail.
Wow!
I think it's going to take that. I think it will take that to stop him.
Wow, that'll be an incredible thing to actually see happen. But you think that's where it goes?
I do.
Now, whether Ty Cobb is or isn't correct, what is abundantly clear is that if Trump ends up spending a night or a weekend in jail, I actually think it helps him with his supporters. It will be a relatively minor thing in a sense, although I don't know that Trump is really the type of guy equipped to do this. But I'm guessing his accommodations will be far more cushy than for the average inmate, or I don't know that you're called an inmate if you're just in jail. But regardless, I do think it actually will help Trump with his most ardent supporters who will believe that he is being targeted, that it's all unfair, that because of his speech, they are going after him. Now, it is not only Ty Cobb who believes that this is a possibility. Andrew Weissman, another attorney, said any normal person would be trying to make sure that they wouldn't in any way be responsible for harming another person. And this is quite the contrary when you have the government correctly saying these words he knows darn well are going to lead to these consequences, making the argument that Trump knows that the things he is saying potentially are going to harm other people. Now, where am I on this now? I'm still sort of in the I believe it, I'll believe it when I'll see it perspective. He should be in jail now. And if we want to ask the question, once Trump does something worthy of being jailed, will anyone have the audacity to jail him? We really can't say yes because Trump has already done that. Any criminal defendant who is not, quite frankly, a former president or certainly a rich elite who did the things Trump has done would be in jail right now for the regular and continued barrage of attacks against the courts, court personnel, prosecutors, witnesses, and others. So we already know Trump's getting special treatment. There is a two-tier justice system. I won't do my whole rant about that, but the two-tier justice system is not Democrats and Republicans. It's everybody else, and then rich, wealthy elites like Trump. Other defendants probably would have had their passports seized and likely would have been, at least at this point, have spent a night in jail for violating these gag orders and continuing to attack people involved with the cases. So it remains to be seen. I am not yet ready to say that it is likely that Trump is going to be jailed. He should be. That would be the right thing per the law. But I am not convinced that it's going to happen. Budgeting can be a tough thing for a lot of people to stay disciplined about, but our sponsor Cube makes it much easier. The Cube app lets you easily separate your budget into categories called cubes, and then make all of your purchases from your cubes with your Cube debit card. Let's say you've budgeted $1,000 a month for groceries. You're at the grocery store, you're ready to spend, say, $250. You choose the grocery cube in the app. That'll make the money available on the card. As soon as you process the card, your grocery cube will then show the remaining balance of $750. And the card can't be used until you greenlight the purchase, which prevents theft. You can always see how much you have left in each cube. You can avoid overspending. Cube has joint accounts and debit cards for kids, so you can plan and save together. Your kids can make purchases that you've authorized in advance without borrowing your credit card. The average Cube user saves $440 a month just from being more conscious and aware of their spending. You can try the Cube Premium or Family Plan completely free for 2 months at davidpakman.com/money. The link is down below.